Kmet had some interesting comments on the culture of the Chicago Bears. So on today's question, we asking, did Kmet just unload on the culture of the Chicago Bears? What is it, a subtle shot at Ryan Poles in there? We got to talk about all this. And of course, y'all know it's mailbag day. We going to get all into this. But of course, you got to hit the music first.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm your host here, Bobby, and I'm joined by my dog, C-Dub. So if y'all tuned in with us, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell. C-Dub, what's the word?
What's up, man? I heard Kmet just sneak dissing his ass off.
So we got two important quotes that we got to break down from an interview that my man's Kmet recently did with Dan Werder. Excuse me if I'm screwing up the last name. Werder. Look, hey, I'm sorry, Dan. My bad. But hey, C-Dub, we're going to break this down quote by quote. First thing first. This is the first one. Talking about the Chicago Bears culture. We need a culture shift for sure, says Kmet. And I know a lot of people get caught up in wanting this hot name or that hot name, but I will hope that management upstairs would just be looking for the best possible coach. Kmet believes that the best possible head coach is one who will raise the standards at Hallis Hall. Kmet gives us some more words. It said it's about command over the locker room. It's setting a line, then finding the guys who will hold that line, and then depending on those guys who are holding the line to establish an environment where everyone else falls in line. But you want the line to be set first by the coach. Then you find the players in the locker room who will uphold that. Break that down for me, big dog. Break that down.
It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack in there. You can clearly feel the frustration from Kmet from those words. I'm sure he's pointing at Werder like this, is talking like that, so he's so frustrated. And it's like what I've been preaching for the last 5 weeks, or ever since we knew we was going to have a new head coach. We need a dictator in the locker room. The locker room has overtaken the authority of the authority in the locker room, if you can dig what I'm pushing out. So when I said I wanted Bill Belichick, I was right on target, and Kmet validates that as saying that the wrong people are the ones speaking up in this locker room. So I agree with Kmet. The vibe of the locker room, the governmental body, the ladder, how it goes in the locker room from coach. It wasn't coach. It was players coach. You know, it was all fucked up in there. The authority is fucked up in there. They need a leader, a new leader in that locker room. And I was right all along.
We don't know about all that. It ain't no debate. But I agree. I think that right here, these comments is definitely like one of those, like, hey, Matt Eberflus came in here pussyfooting around, and we need some players in this locker room that's gonna uphold the line as well. But it starts with the head coach. What have we heard from Ryan Poles? We seen troubles in training camp, and you let that ride, Mr. Ryan. I'm just saying, DJ Moore, Kmet, and all those guys pretty much pointed out and went back to training camp as well. They can't fire guys, though. You can, though, Ryan. And you kind of knew what was taking place in training camp and did nothing about it. So that's on you, too. But C-Dub, it's a lot of things Kmet said in that, but this is where we really got to dive in. Kmet, he was asked a number of questions. He went in and he talked a lot more about the culture. He said this, quote, That's where you get into the question of, do you care about winning, or do you care about winning a certain way? That's a question they'll have to ask themselves in the front office. Do we care how it looks when we win? Is it the win itself the most important end result? Or does the quarterback need to throw for 350 yards and win? Break it down for me, C-Dub.
Oh my goodness. First of all, Cole Kmet, excuse me. This is when people tell the truth. Human beings. When they're drunk, um, when they're when they're children, and when they're angry. Cole
Yeah.
Kmet is angry. And Cole Kmet is saying that he's going back a year. And this is what I'm reading. And y'all could call me petty if y'all want to. He's saying instead of trading away a quarterback that was having a kind of a good year, resurgent end of the year in Justin Fields, you guys decided to go and try to win a different way, a win that you was not suited to do so because of the offensive line. I'm adding in a little bit there, but Cole Kmet is angry and he's going to let it all out right now. What I think he's saying, maybe you can correct me, nephew. We should have kept Justin. That's
I
what it
ain't
all.
going that far. But
That
I will go back last year with you, but I won't say that that this statement is saying that they shouldn't have moved on from Justin. I'm going to say that the play style should have only increased, and you should have been trying to get better in that regard. Why? Because the Chicago Bears play style last year was mostly predicated on the run game. Now, what is the offense mostly predicated on? Quick short passes, a lot of screens, a lot of wheel routes, a lot of quick things going on, mostly screens, things like that. And I think that the Bears, they do have to come to terms with how they want to win. You know what I'm saying? There are going to be games to where Caleb can go off for 350. But if I'm getting wins with him throwing 225, sign me up for 225 any day of the week, as long as we getting the wins. So
I
I
think
don't
you.
necessarily think that it's going back to Justin or wanting him back. I think the play style was a bit more on the side of, let's attack the fuck out of these opponents. Let's beat them up in this run game, and let's play good complementary football is what I think he's trying to say.
I'm not 100% sure of what he's trying to say. I'm just telling you what I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
And this is and I'm gonna tell you this, nephew. I think you giving him too much credit right now. Like
Who too
I
much
think
credit?
you giving Cole Kmet too much credit that he's
How?
thinking rationally right now. You think that he's thinking rationally. Do you agree that these are frustrated or angry words that's coming out of Cole Kmet mouth?
It's fresh, yeah.
So when you talk with frustration or anger, you're gonna speak the truth. And I don't even think you will be able to talk rationally, like to clean up things. He tried his best, but I think he's saying he's going even way. He tried to hide it, but he's saying we should have stayed with Justin. We tried to play a different way and get a guy that could come in here and throw for 400 yards a game and we had a guy, we had a formula to win games, and that's what he was talking about.
For sure. I guess we're gonna find out in due time.
Yeah,
I
we're
will
gonna
just
find out.
say this. I will just say, like, he's a professional. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't negate how some people still think he's still a human. And I'm with you on that. Is he speaking rational? I don't know. But I never seen Cole Kmet kind of speak out of turn. And I
Yeah,
believe he's a smart guy. I believe he thought about this before he said it. But I could be wrong. So we'll see.
I don't think he thought about it. I think
I
he
think he
thought
thought
about.
about this,
I
bro.
think he
Bro,
thought about it while it was coming
you've
out.
been ass for the last 6 weeks. You on a
I
10
just
game
say,
losing streak. He thought about
nephew,
this, bro.
he thought about it while he was talking about it. Oh shit, I shouldn't say this shit. Oh my god, I shouldn't say
Get the
this.
fuck out of here.
That's what he was doing, bro.
Man, whatever.
Shout out to Cole Kmet. He pissed off, nephew. What he get like 2
Rightfully so.
catches for the last 5 weeks, bro? What he get like two,
Bro,
3
just
catches? Come on,
terrible.
y'all
Just
know he
terrible.
mad as hell.
Mad as shit. But hey, it's time to get into the best part of the episode. Y'all make sure y'all let us know all your thoughts and everything down below. Let's chop it up on the first part of that. But now let's get into the best part of the episode. The mailbag side. C-Dub, we're gonna start this stuff off with hollering at Arkeem. Not Hakeem. Put an R in front of it. These are his words, not mine. Put an R in front of it. Arkeem. Let's get it.
Shout out Arkeem.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Arkeem, like Akeem, Prince Akeem from Coming to America. Just throw an R in there. Anyway, it's Arkeem, man. I just wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody. Hope y'all had a good celebration. A couple things on my mind, real quick. First of all, man, fuck the national media. Excuse my language, but they could all eat a you know what. They just kind of like Big Shirley going to the gym with some skims on. She records some dude on the cell phone and play it back in slow motion. Flip that up on TikTok and talk about why y'all all looking at me. National media don't give a shit about the Bears. They just do all of that for views and clicks. So fuck 'em. But if you can indulge me a sec, I want to know what you think about this. I'm just gonna throw something out there. Just hear me out. Don't roast me too much. What if Ben Johnson came to the Bears, Thomas Brown stayed on as the OC up in the skybox? Because everybody knew he was doing pretty good in the skybox. And the reason I say that is like, think about like Andy Reid and Matt Nagy. Yeah, Matt Nagy's the OC, but like the de facto is really Andy Reid. We know who called the shots there. What you think about that? That's all I got to say on that, man. The other thing is, I don't think we give Rampoz enough credit for what he did. Now, granted, what you did don't matter to what needs to happen. We're not doing the coulda, shoulda, woulda. But I think a lot of Bears fans kind of they forget that he rebuilt the team. It takes 3 to 5 years for starting business to be profitable. So it's kind of the fourth year. Like it's kind of getting to that now and ever point. But you know, he bought storefront property on Roseland, got all the ratchet roaches out, got all the rat turds out, got some skilled workers in there. We just kind of putting it together. So give him one more year before we start crucifying. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all, man. Hope y'all have a happy new year. Chat Town up, bear down. Check out that D Rose and Joakim Noah reunion. If you're in the Chicago sports, it makes you feel a little better right now. Peace out.
Shout out to you, Arkeem. I did check out D Rose and Joakim Noah. That was a great episode. Brought back a lot of memories. C-Dub, what you got in response to Arkeem?
Yeah, shout out to Arkeem. To regards, if Thomas Brown can stay as an offensive coordinator, I think he's coached himself out of that position. I know that he works well in the box instead of the sideline, but no, we're not gonna make waves for that little we're not gonna acquiesce to that little thing. Like he gotta be in the box and stuff like that. He's been bad ever since he's been head coach. I don't think so. We must take care of this problem that we have. We must make sure we got competent people in the front office on the coaching staff. Now, when it comes to your second part, I'm
Pose credit.
Polls credit. I agree with you with the polls credit. That's why I've said, and I'm not moving off this. He deserves a chance to fix this problem, at least in the first part of the season. If you're having a bad season, going halfway through the season, then you could go ahead and pull a trigger. I support short leashed Ryan Poles for next season. That's what I support.
For sure. That's definitely been a topic. First thing first, there's no way in hell Thomas Brown comes back and they put him in the box. I don't see it happening. Ben Johnson, if he is here, he's already made it known he wants to call plays. So he could have somebody in the box, but I think that he's going to have his own guy in the box. You know what I'm saying? Helping him out in that regard. Somebody that he trusts. I'm not saying he can't work with Thomas Brown. I just don't think it's going to happen. Me personally, when we talk about Poe's credit, look, I stand where we are right now and say, this is what we got. Look, we can call for him to be fired. We can call for him to stay, but he's staying. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality, at least for now. You know what I'm saying? And while we did go up and give him a lot of credit for the things he done, the frustration is felt for the things he hasn't done because the results. And it's fine. And if he did, I would say he's taking care of at least two things that believes that he can possibly turn it around. That's your cap and that's your players. He's done some bad things, but he's done some good things too. But now it's time to put it on wax. And we'll leave it at that.
Yep.
For sure. So we appreciate the call, R-King, C-Dub. This next one is from Keys.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Keys, man. Hope you guys had a great new year. But I just wanted to call and speak on what's been happening the last few days. And I want to quote this: when is enough enough? You know what I'm saying? With the whole reports coming from the national media of the Ryan Poles situation with Ben Johnson, it's kind of ironic 2 years in a row that we in the national media, last year was with they're gonna keep Justin, or they're gonna take Caleb, or they're gonna keep Justin, or they're gonna take Caleb, right? You'll be a fool to keep Justin and not do what you do, and you're gonna miss out on a franchise quarterback. Now this year it's about Ryan Poles. Should he be let go? Should he not be let go? Or they're gonna keep him, or they're gonna have this. Ben Johnson wants to be here, but he doesn't want Ryan Poles as his GM. Ben Johnson doesn't want to be here. He's going to look at other options. He's going to go to Jacksonville. For the national media, even the local media here in Chicago, all y'all need to shut the fuck up. Y'all don't have no true stories. Y'all trying to get every inkling or drops of what the hell the Ryan Poles or the Bears is going to do. Now, has every move Ryan Poles made been good? No. But these are the same people that were saying, oh, you know, they got this, they got that. They should be a playoff team. They have a pretty decent O-line. They got that. And like you guys said, and like Pat Designer said, we need to build our trenches. We didn't do that this past year, and this was the result of it. Now they're talking about this is the worst trenches and this and that. I've seen worse. Y'all watch New England, even though New England whooped our ass. I've seen worse teams this year. That's like, what the fuck? But we need to increase our value in that part. And it's just like, man, like, and then, you know, fans, they battling and choosing of what's going to happen. You know what I think is going to happen? Ryan Poles ain't going to get fired. It ain't going to be no hard decision for Ben Johnson to come to Chicago. He knows what this team needs. And I'm going to stand on it. I was one proponent of wanting Ben Johnson at the beginning, and they talked about Mike Vrabel, but I'm like, come on, man. And then this whole talk of we don't need a first-time head coach. Do you know how many first-time head coaches there are that have set coaches and are fucking winning right now? Hell, 2 of them in our division, 3 of them. And they kicking our ass this past year. So all that bullshit talk, bro, they need to get out of here. But let me know what you think, guys. As always, Chi-Town up, bear down.
Shout out to you, Keys. I think that, hey, whoever they decide to go get, just make sure he's the right guy. And I just want them to go out there and establish a culture that we could be proud of. You don't necessarily have to be an offensive-minded guy to be a good head coach, but you got to have reinforcements in order so you can do your job and make sure that your team is excelling at a good rate. Whoever they go out there and decide to go get, hell, it might knock some of y'all off y'all chair if Cliff Kingsbury is the head coach.
Oh, my goodness.
I just hope that they make the right decision. I don't know how I necessarily feel about it, but I say right now, the national media going to do what they do. It's just up to us to do what we do. Do your research, give well thought out takes, and try to look at things from both sides. You can have your positioning on stuff, but have some type of understanding, even if you don't agree with everything someone says.
Look here, the national media, the local media, Chicago Bears fans in whole. It just takes me back to one of my favorite movies, Scarface. Y'all remember that scene in a restaurant? Y'all need somebody to point your fucking finger. It's always going to be a villain in Chicago because that's what the fan base, that's what we do, that's what the media do, that's what the local media do. So that's what's it. And when it comes to the coaching choice, I'm gonna be the responsible one. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not getting an offensive coordinator. I'm not getting a defensive coordinator. I want a experienced winning coach in Chicago. I'm gonna be responsible for all of us. Jeez.
For sure. That said, it's time to go holler at Barry, C-Dub.
My boy Barry.
Next voicemail from Barry.
Hey, Bobby C. Fellas, it's Barry. Listen, fellas, today I wanted to talk about the case for optimism for Caleb Williams, okay? And listen, I think that everybody's been a little too harsh on the kid. Of course, nationally, he's everybody's favorite quarterback to hate. He has taken the mantle from Aaron Rodgers. But fellas, here's the thing. Bears fans are upset because we had sky-high expectations this year that were always unrealistic, and there were a lot of people putting pressure on him, saying, okay, if we're going to make this move, we want results instantly. Now, fellas, it's not fair to the kid. He didn't ask to be thrown into this controversy to this franchise. He's just going out there to play football. But fellas, on to the excuses. Listen, he has had things in his game that absolutely 100% need to be fixed and cleaned up. I am the first one to tell you that. But fellas, let's look at what he's actually had to work with this year. If I told you, not just a rookie quarterback, any quarterback, if they went through a head coach change, 2 OC changes, and they had the worst running game, the Bears are the last in the league in non-quarterback rush yards because DeAndre Swift runs like he's got a fucking tutu and fucking pool noodles on his biceps. That guy is soft as hell, though. I need him out of here. Great running back draft class coming, and maybe even 2. And Ben Johnson's going to want that. He doesn't like Swift. But anyway, fellas, we're talking about shitty interior offensive line, the worst run support the NFL has to offer, coaching change, and not only that, but we're the second highest pre-snap penalized team in the league, fellas. So he's got shitty down and distance. He's got shitty coaching. He's got shitty offensive line play. And he still managed to put about half of his games looking very nice and high level. It's been up, it's been down, 3 good, 2 bad, 2 good, 3 bad, up, down, up, down. The fact that it's up at all is fucking impressive, fellas. So you can't tell me that you shore up your team that doesn't fucking false start every 5 plays and erase first down. You get that kind of thing going for him, fellas. He's going to be fucking good. Put a little consistency around him, and you're going to see some consistency out of him. Okay, fellas. So until next time, Chicago up, but they're dead.
All right. Shout out to Barry. C-Dub, what you got for us?
Yeah, I am Team Caleb all the way. Look at all the things that happened to Caleb Williams, all the hardships, the offensive line, the drop balls, just being a rookie. That's something he had to overcome. I think he did a fantastic job. I think he's going to be fantastic in the future. And all the naysayers are just being petty. That's all it is.
It is the naysayers being petty. It's still some people that don't want to let go of Justin Fields. Look, guys, I still like Justin Fields, but I'm a Bears fan first. That's just me. Whoever the quarterback is, I'm going to ride behind him. I stuck behind Rex fucking Grossman at a young age. And I knew he wasn't shit, but when he was in the damn Super Bowl, let's go Rex.
Oh, bro,
what
Rex,
you talking about? Now, granted, other quarterbacks haven't reached that level, you know what I'm saying, that Rex did, but I cheered on all these quarterbacks. I'm going to cheer on this quarterback too. And he has, hey, for all the shit considered, he's had a solid season. He hasn't been perfect. He's made his rookie mistakes. But if you want consistency, like Barry just put out there, if you want consistency from your quarterback, give him something consistent in front of him, and that's in blocking. You know what I'm saying? Get some offensive linemen in here that wants to block and can hold more than a second and a half. Because it'd be like, hike, oh shit, somebody in the backfield already. Like, come on, bro. Get it together. But I'm with you though. People just salty. They'll be all right though.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But appreciate you, Barry. C-Dub. This next one is from Mike from the South Side.
Yo, Bobby, C-Dub. What up? This your boy Mike calling from the South Side. Hey, you know, I watched the video that Hayes did earlier, you know, the Mailbag episode and whatnot. And I seen that he was talking about Mike McCarthy. Now, there's a lot of rumors about Mike McCarthy potentially being linked to the Bears. And I'm not understanding why some people is like turning their nose up at Mike McCarthy being a potential candidate. Like, why would, bro, it would be stupid to not interview Mike McCarthy. If he was to somehow, if him and the Cowboys decide to go their own separate ways and he decides he doesn't want to go back there, bro, it would be dumb to not interview Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is one of the most, he has some of the most accolades of any potential head coach that's out there right now. Honestly, everybody's on the Ben Johnson hype train. Me, honestly, I'm at a point with this franchise where it's like, I don't care who we get, bro. Prove it to me. Ben Johnson, we could hire Ben Johnson. That wouldn't do anything for me, bro. I got to see it on the field. He has to prove to me that he's a good coach, bro. But on the other hand, Mike McCarthy, we know Mike McCarthy is a good coach. And everybody talking about, oh, well, his team's forward in the playoffs. bro, if he can get the Bears even to the playoffs, that is an accomplishment in itself. We've won 14 games the last 3 years. So if he could even get us to a playoff game, hell, that's an accomplishment in itself. And like the guy, he has a 60% win percentage over his career in the regular season. He has 11 playoff wins and 11 playoff losses, so he's 50% in the playoffs. And he has a Super Bowl ring as a coach. He went from coaching Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. He had Dak Prescott, and look at what he's doing with Cooper Rush this season. Like the Cowboys' offense is better than anything the Bears have been putting out there on the field these last 3 years. And I honestly think, I don't really want Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll is 73, but Mike McCarthy, he's only like 61, so like he's about 12 years younger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a little longer in the tooth, but he's an experienced veteran head coach, which is exactly what we need. And he would definitely have this offense at least competent. You know what I'm saying? The offense, the team as a whole would at least be competent. We wouldn't be just fucking awful. I guarantee you, if Mike McCarthy is the head coach, we're not losing 10-plus games in a row in the season. That's all I got to say. So you guys let me know what you think. Chicago up, better.
Appreciate the call, Mike. C-Dub, I want to hear from you first.
The answer is no, and hell no. First of all, he coached Aaron Rodgers all them years and only won one Super Bowl. Second of all, have you seen the last 2-3 years in Dallas? It's been very disappointing for the Dallas Cowboys. Albeit being the Dallas Cowboys, you pretty much stricken if you go and try to coach the Dallas Cowboys. Third of all, he's an op. He's been coaching the Green Bay character.
He talking about the Green Bay characters.
Green Bay Packers for all
he
the
wanted
years.
to say characters.
I'm straight. And it goes against one of the key things I'm looking for in a coach next season, and that is leadership. There's always problems in the locker room with Mike McCarthy. I'm straight.
For sure. I'm not saying an absolute no to Mike McCarthy, though. Ugh. He's not on my list of candidates. But if the Chicago Bears brought him in for an interview, I'll be honest, I'll be like, hold on, what? Yeah, you can't seriously hire this man, but I will understand. Because though, hey, C-Dub, you talk about leadership, hey, his team ain't got shit to play for. They still out there playing their ass off.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Can I ask a question?
This is what Flus couldn't do.
Can I ask you a question?
Your season was not over, but ask the question.
Okay, now you say you good with him getting an interview. How would you feel? I need an honest reaction. It's like, fuck it, we're hiring Mike McCarthy as the head coach.
If they did that tomorrow, I'd be a bit upset. And the reason it's not because he's not a good coach. It's not because he's a head coach, but my reservations will lie in the discipline of the team on the field, because we see a lot of pre-snap penalties. And when you have a successful season, those disappointments you talked about, that's when, at least for the Dallas Cowboys, he was at his worst. Those blowout losses, that falls on the lap of the head coach and those players. So that's why I have my reservations, but I can't be mad at the Chicago Bears trying to do their due diligence for a coach that has had success. Regardless how the season's ended, he's had success.
I can't believe my nephew right now.
How you can't?
Abdul, you just said that you good with him having an interview, but you'll be pissed if he got the job. So why?
I said upset, not pissed. There's levels to this. It's levels to this.
Tomato, banana. If you say you pissed, you mad, it's the same thing.
No, it ain't. It's different.
Why would you let him go take an interview if you don't want him to
because
get the job?
Have to do your due diligence, bro. And you have to do your due diligence, and you have to see if you can piece together a vision for your team. You need vision, bro.
This isn't an act. This ain't an act. You bring in people that you think can possibly get the job. You don't bring people in for an act in a movie. It ain't no act. You're looking for somebody to lead your franchise. You ain't looking for an act, for a scene. Who cares about a scene? They don't come in here if you ain't got a chance to to get the job, why would I bring you in here? He ain't got a chance to be the head coach of the Chicago Bears.
In your mind, them motherfuckers might like him.
If they smart, they don't like him.
Hell is you talking about? They definitely might bring him. If he's on the street, he might be in there for it.
His ass gonna be on the street. If he on the street, he on the street. Simple as that. That's saying. He not gonna be a head coach next year, Mike McCarthy. That's what I think.
I don't know if that's. I don't know that. I don't believe that to be factual.
Where he coaching? Dallas. That's the only place he gonna be coaching.
If he gets out, he could very well go to Jacksonville.
He not coaching nowhere next year. He ain't coaching nowhere.
We'll see.
Blackballed.
He talking about blackball. Hell no. Hell no. He gonna get him another one. But hey.
Op ass, boy.
C-Dub, the last one comes from Milton, man. We got a hit from my guy.
Milton.
Here it is.
Hey, yo, Chicago Bears Central. Hey, Bobby C-Dub, Big Kev, Steve-O, Milton, the real Dark Knight, calling from Virginia Beach once again. Happy 2025 to you and yours. Hope all is well on your end. Despite of this abomination of the so-called football season our team is having, I'm just ready for this season to be over with. I'm like how Steve-O says, I'm done with football. I'm football out, man. It's hard, man. Seriously, another off season of bullshit with this team. And once again, we're the king of the loser circle, the laughing stock of the NFL. We're supposed to be the cornerstone franchise for the whole league, and we play like utter bullshit the whole season. And it's hard to even rally around this team. I don't want to hear nothing from these players. I don't want to hear nothing from these coaches. I want to see results on the field. That's what I want to see. Hands down. I'm a realist at the end of the day. Y'all can say take the North back and never give it back. Yeah, that's good in playing. That's good in saying, but you haven't shown it on the field. And I don't care about these players. They'll have up here having podcasts and all this other stuff during the season. Why are you going to have a podcast during the season and you're getting your ass kicked every single week? That don't make no sense to me, man. All I know is this team better shape up or ship out, man, especially starting with Pose. He needs to get out of his feelings, stop sucking on the mom's tit, get out of his feelings, and draft the right people. Don't be heavily relying on free agency. And when it comes to people, other teams wanting players, it's like, hey, look, we'll give you this for that. Jump on that. He doesn't need to be waiting all the way until mid-season. Oh, okay, I'm going to get rid of you because you playing like crap. He needs to shape up. And he can be in his feelings all he wants when it comes to Kevin Warren and stepping in. I see it like Kevin Warren is like Bill Duke's character in Minister Society. Yeah, you know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up, Ryan Pose. That's how I see it as, man. I'm just exasperated. I can't even get too mad at this team anymore. Until they start showing it on the football field, I'm still going to be a Chicago Bears fan. But at the end of the day, I'm not getting excited about who they're drafting. I'm not getting excited about who the coach they're bringing up in here until I see some results on that damn field. But y'all, the bright spots of this whole lackluster of the season we're having, though, I just want to give y'all props, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all do every single day. Shout out to y'all each and every day. Milton Knight from the real Dark Knight calling from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I'll hit y'all up on the next one. Holla.
Shout out to my guy Milton, C-Dub. What you got?
Yeah, he just exerting some of the frustration that all of us have in Chicago Bears nation. We need to do away with all these cliches and slogans that we bring in to try to motivate our team to be successful and to be great. And what we need to do is just get out there and do our jobs. Go play the game of football. Go coach the game of football. Go build a successful winning football team. Enough with the bullshit. Let's get our minds strictly on the job, and that's for a successful NFL franchise.
For sure. And I agree with that. I think when those moments happen, when we hear about players being traded or things happening, let's do our due diligence. And that includes myself. You know what I'm saying? I looked at Coleman Shelton and was like, oh, he had some snaps at starting center, but didn't even consider the fact that Sean McVay didn't want his ass. So let's look at these red flags. That's going to be the theme of the offseason. Red flags. For real. We're not trying to go to California and rep that, but it's a lot of red flags that's got to be out this offseason. So, hey, the Bears pissed me off, but it's okay. I like other players around the league. I will never be footballed out. Just me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just the attitude of all Chicago Bears fans right now. It should be
I feel him.
like. Let's get back to football. Enough with this taking the North and never giving it back. All these cliches and slogans and all this other shit we hear. Let's get to the game of football because that's what we need to start. We need to learn the game of football before we can get to all this other extracurricular shit.
No, that's a fact because we've been taking the North. It ain't been what you're thinking. It ain't what you're thinking. We've been taking the North. It ain't what you're thinking though.
I feel.
Look at the Bears' record the last few seasons versus the North. I'm just saying.
Deplorable.
Yeah, bro. They haven't.
Don't
last
say
road
it.
game.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Y'all will hear about it tomorrow on the pregame show as we ride out for the last game of the season. But before then, we appreciate all those that called in. Arkeem, Keys, Barry, Mike, and Milton on this episode. And you can get involved as well if you ain't get your chance to hear your voice heard today. The way you do so by calling in and leaving your take. Number to do so is 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears, even when we trash like this. But we appreciate y'all, man. Chi-Town up and bear down, man. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.